Most people, when they think about death, accept one simple truth. Every human being who has ever lived has eventually died. Kings and peasants, prophets and warriors, the righteous and the wicked. Death has always been the one universal certainty of human existence, except according to the Bible, for one man. Somewhere in the ancient world, a man named Enoch simply stopped existing on earth, not because he died, but because the biblical text tells us God took him. No tomb, no funeral, no final breath. He was here, and then he wasn't. That single sentence from Genesis has haunted theologians, scholars, and mystics for thousands of years. And the deeper you dig, the stranger his story becomes. Because this was not just a man who avoided death. This was a man who walked so far into the presence of God that the border between one world and the next simply ceased to hold him. By the end of this documentary, you will understand why. Picture the ancient world 5,000 years ago. No empires, no written laws, just small communities surviving under enormous skies, carrying the memory of something that had gone terribly wrong. A rupture between humanity and the divine. It is into this fractured world that Enoch is born, a man who will become the most enigmatic figure in the entire biblical record. Genesis chapter 5 reads like a genealogical ledger. Somebody was born. Somebody lived for hundreds of years. And then, like clockwork, the same words appear at the end of every entry. And he died. Adam, and he died. Seth, and he died. Enosh, Kenan, Mahalalel, Jared, every single one of them. And he died. The pattern is relentless, almost suffocating. It feels deliberate, as if the author wants you to feel the weight of mortality pressing down. The rhythm never breaks, until it does. When the text reaches Enoch, something shifts. The formula vanishes. Enoch walked with God, and then silence. No mention of death, no closing of the ledger. Instead, something without precedent in the entire passage. And he was not, for God took him. 7 words in English, but those 7 words shatter the entire pattern of the chapter like a stone thrown through glass. What does it mean that God took him? Where did he go? And why Enoch, out of all the men who came before? That single sentence has haunted scholars and mystics for thousands of years. The more carefully you look at it, the more it refuses to yield. The phrase "walked with God" appears only twice before the flood. Enoch is one. Noah is the other. But even Noah eventually died. Only Enoch receives this extraordinary exit. Before we can understand what happened, we need a guide into the evidence. The first is the letter to the Hebrews, which gives us one piece of the answer. Before he was taken, Enoch was commended. The Greek word used there is not passive approval. It is active, sustained, intimate delight, a relationship that looks like genuine friendship. And then Hebrews makes a statement that reframes everything. Enoch did not experience death. He was taken away so that he would not see death. Not taken after death. Taken instead of death. A second guide enters here. The Book of Enoch, found among the Dead Sea Scrolls. It presents him not as a quiet holy man, but as something far more dramatic. A cosmic witness. A traveler shown the foundations of the world. The Book of Enoch is not part of the biblical canon. It is ancient, important, and fiercely disputed. But what makes it impossible to ignore is a single stunning fact. It is directly quoted in the Bible. The letter of Jude attributes a prophecy to Enoch directly. Enoch, the 7th from Adam, prophesied about these people. The Lord is coming with thousands upon thousands of his holy ones to judge everyone. A 1st century writer treated these words as live prophecy. This is the threshold, the moment when a man's story steps from the ordinary world into something that cannot be mapped or explained. Enoch crosses it not with fanfare, but in silence. One moment he is here, the next he is not. Now we face the heart of his story, and it is darker than most people expect. Enoch did not walk with God in a peaceful world. He lived in a generation of deepening darkness. The world between Enoch and the flood was one of escalating corruption and violence. Every direction he looked, humanity was choosing to move away from the God he was moving toward. This is the true ordeal of Enoch. Imagine what it costs to walk toward God in a world that is running the other direction. To hold the line of faithfulness when the culture around you has abandoned it. To carry the weight of a spiritual reality others cannot see. The Book of Enoch suggests he was shown things, foundations of creation, counsels of heaven, that no human mind was built to hold. The cosmos itself became his burden. He was faithful inside that darkness, inside that weight, and then finally he was removed from it. This is the first time in human history that any person exits the mortal world without passing through the door every other human has walked through. And across the entire sweep of Scripture, only one other figure shares this distinction. Elijah the prophet, carried into the sky by a chariot of fire. Two men, thousands of years of human history, only two departures without death. The reward is clear. Enoch's sustained faithfulness, choosing God in a world that chose otherwise, was met with the most extraordinary response. He was not rewarded with a long life like the others in Genesis. He was rewarded by being kept. But Enoch's story does not end with his departure. This is what makes it genuinely unsettling. Where is Enoch now? Hebrews places him among those who lived by faith but did not receive the fulfillment during their earthly lives. His story is unfinished. Ancient traditions speculated that Enoch and Elijah were being held for a specific future purpose, that their untasted deaths were in reserve. Revelation chapter 11 describes two witnesses who appear in the final period of history, call down signs, and are killed. The Bible does not confirm this, but it does not close the door either. Stand for a moment in the silence after those words, and he was not. Picture the people who first heard them, communities in a world where everything died, where the graves of ancestors stretched back across memory, where death was the one certainty. And then someone tells them about Enoch, a man who walked so closely with God that God simply kept him, who endured the darkness of his age by remaining oriented toward the light, who carried the weight of cosmic witness and the loneliness of faith, and discovered that such faithfulness does not go unnoticed. The Genesis account gives us almost nothing by way of explanation, and perhaps that is precisely the point, that death is not the ceiling of human existence, but a door, and that the one who built it can open a different one. Enoch walked with God, and one day he kept walking. His name was preserved across thousands of years. His words were quoted in the New Testament. He was a hero of faith. Some mysteries are not given to us to be solved. They are given to be carried. And in the carrying of them, we find ourselves walking in the same direction Enoch walked, towards something that does not end.